welcome to another episode of Boss Up and Glow Up with Lexi Sample, where, of course, in this podcast, we talk about how to glow the fuck up and just how to be your best self. We're a mental health podcast here, okay? We chit chat about everything. And today, we're gonna talk about why it's okay to be selfish. Start being selfish. It's fine, because being selfish isn't really selfish, okay? You're so selfish, okay? And I love myself. The fuck? Just kidding. Well, no, not really. I actually really do love myself. But being called selfish might bother you a little bit. You might be like, damn, like, why are they calling me selfish? Like, what I do? And if being called selfish is making you feel any type of way, you're clearly not a selfish person because if you're feeling some type of way about someone even having the thought of calling you selfish, that shows you're not selfish because you actually care. And maybe the person who's calling you selfish is the one with the problem here because they would see you caring about yourself as a positive thing. We've talked about boundary setting in a few episodes because it's very important. So I like to touch on it all the time because every different topic that I talk about involves setting boundaries of some sort. And sometimes it is hard to set boundaries because sometimes we think we're being selfish, but in reality, setting boundaries and distancing yourself from things that don't serve you or hurt your mental health isn't selfish at all. It's protecting your peace and it is also protecting your mental health. It's very important to set boundaries and also staying away from environments that don't serve you. Everyone has different triggers and traumas, and removing yourself from those environments, people, situations, anything like that will help you protect your peace. Because why would you want to be in a situation that triggers you? For example, I have had something like a very traumatic thing happen to me at a specific club. And just thinking about going back to that club kind of messes with my mental health a little bit because it makes me think of that situation that happened. And I'm like, I'm not scared that something's going to happen again, but being in that environment puts me back in that situation. So why would I want to put myself in that situation? I just don't go to that club anymore. I don't go to that area because why would I want to go to an environment where something traumatic has happened to me and it's very triggering? Being in that environment makes me think of what happened and I don't want to think about that. Why would I put myself in that position? I'm at peace. Why would I want to put myself in a position to disrupt my peace? Why would you want to do that? And another thing that people think is selfish is not wanting to have children right away or not prioritizing starting a family, having a relationship, any of that. I constantly have people in my ear because I always say, don't want children, especially right now. And people are always in my ear saying, oh my gosh, you don't want kids. Like, you're so self absorbed. Like, you're so selfish. Don't you want a little you running around? But that's not selfish. I am prioritizing other things. I do not want to start a family until I feel like I'm ready, which it may not be ever. I'm not in a rush. I'm prioritizing my graduate degree. I'm pursuing my career. I have goals. I have different things that I want to accomplish before even allowing another person involved in my life because it's just hard to balance all those different things. It's one step at a time, and this is the step I'm taking. These are the goals I have for my life. And people think that's selfish, and it's not just because I don't want to put myself in a position to struggle trying to raise a child or set myself back when I'm prioritizing another person in my life. Like, I'm just not there yet, and that's fine. That is not selfish. It is a-okay. You don't need to start a family right away, and that was just traditional roles. It's different now. It's 2025. We all want different things, and people who constantly criticize you for not wanting a family or a relationship, kids, whatever, hanging around those people, having them in your life may be a little damaging to your mental health because they're constantly critiquing how you want to live your life. They have their own life. They can completely choose if they want to have a family, if they want a relationship, if they want to have kids, if they want to do this, they want to do that. That's fine. But if they're constantly critiquing you for not wanting to do the same thing that they're doing with their life, they're not the type of people you want to hang around with or have in your life because they're just low key a little envious or just a hater. Because why would they care how you choose to live your life? Like, I get it, your friends, your family care about you, but there's a difference between caring about you and negatively critiquing you because they're trying to get in your head. I don't like that. And a lot of times people say that when there's a busy person and they're very goal driven and career driven, a lot of people say, oh, their spouse may be unhappy and they're just gonna go cheat because they're never around, or they neglect their kids because they're just so busy and just work absorbed. That's not selfish. Don't you want your kids to have a great life? You have to work to be able to provide for your kids. If you're not working, how are you going to provide for your kids? Just because someone is very career driven doesn't mean they're neglecting their family, doesn't mean they're neglecting their spouse, doesn't mean they're doing anything wrong. It is good to be career driven. And honestly, people who come at you for being career driven, they're not worth pursuing. If they're gonna be like, oh, you're too busy, you are too focused on what you have going on, why would you want to pursue someone like that? You don't. Why would you want to have friends that are constantly coming at you for wanting to work, wanting to build your business, wanting to just have your goals instead of support them? If they were really there for you, they would support them. They would be like, oh my gosh, this is so amazing. I'm so happy you're doing this for yourself. I am so happy you're starting this business. I am excited for your journey. Instead of saying things like that, they're just like, ugh, you're too busy. Like, no one's gonna wanna be with you, or we can't hang out because you're just so busy. What? Sometimes people just can't relate, honestly. Only driven people are going to be able to relate to this statement because people who aren't super driven just don't understand wanting the best for yourself. Because not everyone has that drive, has that mindset. Some people just want to clock into their 9 to 5. That's fine. That's fine. And then just go home, not have to think about work, not have to think about anything other than their family. It's like their work and then their family. And then there's people who are kind of on call, low key in a way, who are business owners and trying to build a business or are self employed where they kind of have to be available more often than just the normal 9 to 5 business hours, which is fine, but that's just a different type of drive. I'm not saying people who clock into their 9 to 5s aren't driven at all. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it's a different type of drive. And I get it. Some people are busy, but if someone's going to come at you crazy for being busy and wanting to have a better life for yourself and for your future, they are not worth having in your life because they would not judge you for wanting to be a better person or wanting to have a successful career or wanting to just be your own brand or be your own boss. The people who support you, you will see. You will see who is supportive of you and you will see who are your secret haters. But it's not selfish. It's just wanting a different life. You don't have to go through traditional roles. You don't have to work a typical 9 to 5 if you don't want to. You can be driven. You can have multiple jobs. You can try to build your business. You can have side hustles. It's fine. You don't have to only focus on having children. Like, I have a friend, she's a nurse, and she picked up another nursing job because she doesn't have kids right now. Why wouldn't she do that? Why not make the extra money while she is child free at the moment, husband free at the moment? Like, why wouldn't she want to make the extra money? And some people would say, oh, that's selfish. She doesn't want to make time for her family or friends. Like, that's not selfish. She has goals for herself. She wants to save money because she eventually wants a family and she likes to travel. So, why would she not be working as much as she possibly can while she has the energy to do it and while she doesn't have external responsibilities such as children or a husband or anything like that? Why wouldn't she want to just stack her money right now before she's older and tired? Because she's only, what, 25? Like, you have all the energy in the world right now. why wouldn't you want to take advantage of it and just stack your fucking money, travel as much as you can? That's another thing. Oh my gosh. Traveling. People come at me for traveling for some reason like it's such a bad thing. Like, how is traveling bad? People are always like, oh my gosh, you spent all this money on vacations when you could be donating your money to this, donating your money to that, which first of all, how do you know I'm not donating my money to anything? You don't know me. What would you what? Like how would you know what I'm doing with my money? You don't. First of all, you're just making assumptions. And people think for some reason that I travel quite frequently. And not even that frequently. I do at least like 4 trips a year, which is not too much. Like I feel like that's fine. But they're like, "Oh my gosh, you neglect your dog. You don't care about your dog. Like you are just leading and just letting your dog run free." Like first of all, you don't know me. Every time I go on vacation, my dog is at my mom's house with a backyard, a house instead of an apartment. Like my dog's fine. My dog loves going to her grandma's house. We're actually going there today. She loves it. It's like a little mini vacation for her or a home away from home. But I just can't stand when people come at me saying I'm selfish because I want to travel and I'm not donating my money to things, or I'm neglecting my dog because I'm traveling. If I was neglecting my dog, I wouldn't find a fucking babysitter for her. Like, come on, be for real. Like, I'm putting her with a family member. It's not like I'm putting her at a dog hotel. That's not selfish. I prioritize traveling. I'm sorry. Like, I'm allowed to do what I want with my time and my money. So if you're going to come at me for traveling, check yourself a little bit, because they're probably just mad that they're not doing what you are because they want to be doing what you are. And they're going to come at your neck because they're a little jealous. Mm-mm. Fuck that. That's not selfish. Take your vacations. Take all the vacation time you want. It's fine. You only have one life. If you want to go travel and see the world, go do that. Fuck what people say. It's not selfish at all. I also cannot stand when people think wanting time for yourself is selfish. Like, what? It is good to have time for yourself. It's healthy and normal to have time for yourself. I don't like that. I hate when sometimes people ask me to go out and I don't really have a reason that I can't go out. I just don't want to go. I want to stay home. I want to just have time to sit, reflect, and just be by myself. And they're like, ugh, you never want to hang out with anyone. You're being so selfish. Like, no, I'm not. I just want to have me time, and that's okay. And I've heard this a few times because I had a little bit of a hyperfixation on a med spa. I've been going a lot, and people were like, it's made me like family members, honestly. That would be like, you're being selfish. Like, why are you spending all your money at this med spa? I'm like, first of all, it's my money. Like, I deserve to have the me time. I like going to a spa. I like getting facials. I like getting massages. Like, I'm taking care of myself. How is taking care of yourself selfish? And I don't like that taking care of yourself and prioritizing yourself is often seen as selfish, because it's not. Like, they're using the word selfish like it's a bad word. And honestly, if someone calls me selfish, I am low-key gonna take it as a compliment, because that means I care about myself. Because I really do. I love myself, and I didn't always love myself. So that's why I'm gonna take it as a compliment, because I was depressed for a while and I didn't love myself. And now the fact that someone has the audacity to call me selfish, I'm like, oh, that's such a compliment, because like a while ago I didn't even give a fuck about myself, and now I care about myself, and you're noticing that I'm taking time for myself and actually prioritizing myself. Gasp. I love that. Another thing that I don't like is mothers. They're always seen as selfish for wanting to have me time. Like, just because they have a child means that they can't have time for themselves. They need that. My sister is a brand new mom. She just had a baby like a few months ago, and she never has me time anymore because she feels like if she has a little bit of time to herself, she's either doing something wrong or neglecting her son. And like, that's not neglecting your son, because if you were neglecting your son, you would leave your son without a sitter. Like, we've seen, what was that lady's name who went on a 10-day vacation and left her baby in the crib or something for like 10 days or whatever, that's neglect. Neglect isn't dropping your kid off at a babysitter while you want to go to the gym or you want to go to the massage. Like, you're a mom, you need time to yourself because having a kid is exhausting. It really is exhausting. And in order to fully take care of them, you need to take care of yourself too. Because if you're burnt out, how are you going to fully give your full attention to your child? You need that time for yourself. You need that time to sit down and just take a deep breath, relax, even if it's just sitting in a quiet room for like a half hour and just having quiet time. You need that. Or taking a nap. I hate that just because a mom wants to take a nap or relax for a little bit, they're seen as lazy or as selfish. Like, what? I don't like that at all. They need that time to sit there and have some self care. Like, if you're a new mom, you should still be, if you want to go get your nails done, you should still be able to go get your nails done. You shouldn't feel like you're being selfish or neglecting your family just because you want to do a little something for yourself every once in a while. It's okay. It's normal. Like, you're not being selfish at all for wanting to have some peace. I don't like that people think that. And honestly, another thing I wanted to touch on is it goes into the boundaries a lot. Service workers, such as like lash techs, nail techs, hairstylists, whatever the case may be, they need to be a little more selfish and like set more boundaries because I've seen so many TikTok videos of entitled ass clients where they're like demanding the service worker to cater to them. This one story I saw, okay, so this girl was like, "Oh, what's your availability for a full set or whatever?" And she was like, "Oh, I'm available from 10 to 5." And she's like, "Well, can you get me in at 8 a.m.?" And she's like, "My availability is from 10 to 5." And the girl was like, "Are you effing kidding me? Like, you can't figure out a way to fit me in at 8. Like, don't you want business? You're being a horrible business owner, yada yada." What? If something broke on your like phone, for example, and you were calling your service provider and you needed something fixed and it was outside of business hours, do you think they're gonna answer you? If you called up Verizon at 8 o'clock in the morning, actually they might be open at 8 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, because your phone isn't working, and they don't answer, are you gonna be like, "Are you effing kidding me? You need to open your store for me"? No, you're gonna wait till their business hours. You need to treat service workers the same way. They're not going to change their hours just for you. Just because they're a business owner and they're not a typical business like a Walmart or a store doesn't mean they don't have hours. Just because they own their own business doesn't mean they have to be on the clock 24/7. That's not right. You wouldn't want someone to do that to you. I mean, I still am doing real estate, but when I was doing real estate full time, I would get crazy texts and calls from clients at all hours of the day. Like, I would get a call at 5 o'clock in the morning from this one client. I'm like, "Oh my goodness, like, it is 5 a.m. We can't go anywhere. We can't do any showings right now. It is 5 o'clock in the morning. Like, I cannot help you right now. It is 5 a.m." And I also had this coach who was helping me in real estate, which I appreciated him, but he would call me late at night or like early in the morning because I was supposed to be working if I wanted to be successful. Like, I need to set boundaries because I'm not trying to not have a social life. I still want to have a social life. Yes, real estate is important to me, but that does not mean I need to answer your call at 11 p.m. at night or at 6 o'clock in the morning. I don't need to do that. If I want to have my working hours from 8 to 5, like every other business, I have the right to do that. That is the beauty of having a business like that is you can choose your own hours. And people need to respect those hours and stop expecting you to move mountains for them because that's not how the world works. You can't do that. If Walmart's closed and you need something from the store, you can't bang on the door, "Open for me, open for me." I'm sure people do that, but they're not gonna give a fuck. So if you are a service worker, you need to put your fucking foot down and do the same thing, because that's not okay. People are going to end up taking advantage of you, especially if you let it slide once. I had that happen to me before when I was personal training. I had this one client who expected me to move mountains for her, which one time I thought it was going to be a one time thing. She was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm late. Can you please like fit me in at this time?" And I was done my work for the day. Like I was about to go home cuz she was my last client, and I was like, "You know what? Like she might have actually been in traffic. Let me just let it slide. I'll stay for her this one time." And then the next week came, she was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm running late again. Can you stay?" And I'm like, "Okay, like this is gonna become a pattern, isn't it?" And I was like, "Fine, like this is the last time, but next time I'm either gonna have to charge you for missing your appointment, or we're not gonna have it, because I'm not gonna keep staying after my hours. That's not fair. Like I have things I need to do. I have a dog that I need to feed at a certain time. I need to attend to her, and I still want to have my own life. My life isn't just work." And guess what? The following week, it happened again. I was like, "Okay, listen, sweetie." I'm just saying sweetie right now. I didn't say it like that. I said her name, but I'm not going to put her name out here. So I'm just going to say sweetie. We need to discuss this. My hours are from this time to this time. If you're going to be running late, maybe we need to reevaluate this day. Maybe this day doesn't work for you. Maybe we should look into working out another day, because this doesn't seem to be working out because you're always running late. So maybe we should try, instead of Tuesdays, do you want to try Thursdays? Would that be better for you? And then maybe you'll be on time. It wasn't. She just did not give a fuck about my time, honestly. And it's just rude. See, that's the negative type of selfish. Setting boundaries isn't selfish. Everyone has the right to work their own hours. They shouldn't have to change their hours just because someone else is being inconsiderate. I don't like that. I see it happen way too much when I'm scrolling on my For You page. I see so many stories of lash techs, nail techs, hairstylists, trainers, like all of those type of people sharing stories about how inconsiderate people are about their time and their hours, and they're just treating them like they're not a business when they are. We're all human. We all are allowed to work inside of business hours. Business hours are a thing for a reason, okay? If you have an appointment, that time is for a reason. Every service provider has every right. If you are running late for your appointment and you're skipping it, no call, no showing, they have a right to charge you because you're wasting their time. You're being inconsiderate. So it is okay to put your foot down and be selfish, per se, because they're not respecting your time. You need to put your foot down or they're going to take advantage of you, like that client did to me. I let it slide one too many times, and look what happened. It kept happening and happening and happening until I was like, we can't do this anymore. Like, I can't keep working outside of my business hours, pushing everything else I have to do for the day back because you can't be on time. Like, that's not a me problem. I'm sorry to say, that's a you problem. And if you can't handle being on time, I can't work with somebody like that. I can't. Not being on time is my biggest pet peeve. And if somebody is constantly not on time, I'm sorry, I have to put my foot down. I have to be selfish. I cannot let that happen. And it's really not being selfish, it's just having a boundary. It is okay. Anyway, now that I got that off my chest, I just want to say it is okay to prioritize yourself. It is completely normal. I don't want you to feel selfish because you are prioritizing yourself. You're spending money on facials, hair appointments, nail appointments, gym memberships, extra workout classes. That's not selfish. You're allowed to spend your money how you want to spend your money. You're not entitled to give your money away to people because you're working for your money. You work hard for your money. Treat yourself. You're not neglecting your child just because you want to have a little bit of me time. You're not neglecting your friends or family or anyone just because you want to have a little bit of me time. You're not. You're allowed to have me time. It's healthy. If you're not having me time, you're gonna combust. Is that a word? Combust? You're going to. You're gonna go batshit. You need to have me time. Sometimes I just have a dog. I don't even have a child. Sometimes I'm like, oh my God, my dog's driving me crazy. I need to just sit in this room away from my dog for like 20 minutes. I just need some peace. Everyone's getting like that. Everyone's like that with their husband, their wife, their children. Like, they're like that with everybody. Like, sometimes you need a break from your friends, your family, your siblings, whoever the case may be. You need a little away time from them. And that's fine. You're not being a cunt. You're not being a bitch. You're just prioritizing your own mental health. And it's good for building healthy relationships. Because if you're catering to them every time they want you, they're gonna take advantage of you. And you don't wanna allow yourself to be taken advantage of. You need to put your fucking foot down. You need to set boundaries. You need to have your me time. Be fucking selfish. There's only one you, and you have one life. Use it however the fuck you wanna use it. Don't use your life and spend your life worrying about other people's feeling. No, you should worry about their feelings, but not how they feel about your life, if that makes sense. Don't worry about what they think. Don't worry about pleasing them. Worry about pleasing yourself. Make sure you're happy, because if you're not happy, how are you going to make somebody else happy? If you're not happy, healthy, that's basically the two most important things. Happy and healthy, you're not going to be able to provide for a family if you want a family. You're not going to be able to have healthy relationships because you're not healthy yourself. So take that me time, relax, be fucking selfish, prioritize yourself, and then prioritize others. It's you against the world, babe. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you listen to that and take that into consideration next time someone is trying to come at you crazy because you're neglecting people or you're so selfish. Next time someone calls you selfish, be like, thank you. I am, because guess what? I love myself. Period. Thank you for listening. Bye.